And I'm living here again to further find means to strengthen our security forces, to defeat terrorism and combat that I promise you. This unacceptable terrorism and banditry is not part of our culture. It's foreign to us.
Declaring the conference open, President Tinubu highlights the economic threat of insecurity and commends governors of Borno, Katsina, and Kaduna states for defending communities. The two-day conference brings together federal and state officials, development partners, and private sector leaders to discuss inclusive growth and sustainable development under the renewed Hope National Development Plan 2026 to 2030. President Tinubu says the plan reflects Nigeria's move from recovery to transformation, anchored in inclusive, resilient, and sustainable growth. He highlights that states and local governments are essential to its success, ensuring the national priorities reach citizens.
State and local government now receive increased and more predictable federal allocations, improving their capacity to pay salaries, invest in infrastructure, and deliver social services. The renewed Hope National Development Plan 2026 to 2030 marks the next phase of our national journey. It is evidence-based, realistic, and anchored on an inclusive, balanced, and environmentally sustainable growth.
The Vice President outlines the role of the Council in translating national policies into local action and ensuring that state-level execution matches federal ambition.
The inclusive growth on our radar is not an exercise in sloganeering. We have confronted the macroeconomic obstacles before us. What remains is to ensure that progress filters down to the everyday lives of our people. This is precisely why the National Economic Council remains the most suitable vehicle for delivering the promise of inclusive growth.
State governors and development partners later reaffirmed their commitment to turning NEC resolutions into tangible benefits.
How do we sustain the momentum? How do we ensure it works for everyone? How do we equip our populace with requisite skills to compete? How do we imagine the future and plan for it?
No single tier of government can deliver inclusive growth alone. Federal policies require state-level execution. State initiatives require national coherence, and both depend on credible partnerships with the private sector and our development partners.
The conference then moves into panel sessions, and a moment of silence was held for victims of insecurity across Nigeria, including Kwara State. The hall is now quiet, bringing an end to today's session. But the work is far from over. The focus has been on execution, with states expected to drive growth and insecurity framed as an economic risk. How quickly the consensus moves to implementation is the question here, as the conference moves to its second day on Tuesday. From the presidential villa, Adesua Omoruan, Arise News.